You know that moment when someone asks you a question and your mind just goes completely blank? Maybe it's your boss, maybe it's a client, or maybe it's during an interview. And the second the question lands, your brain just stops working. Then later, when it's all over, you're replaying the moment in your head, thinking about all the things you could have said, should have said. We've all been there. But here's the thing. Those moments don't have to make you freeze or fumble. In fact, if you handle them right, they can make you look calm, confident, and in control, even when you don't know the answer. So here's how smart people handle it, without ever saying, I don't know. First, don't panic, take a breath. Silence isn't awkward, silence is power. It tells everyone around you that you're thinking, not scrambling. That small pause is your secret weapon. It creates space for your mind to catch up and for others to lean in. If silence feels uncomfortable, use the pun paraphrase technique. It's simple. Just restate what you heard. Say something like, okay, so you're asking about the latest on X, right? Or, that's an interesting question. If I understand correctly, you're wondering about Y. This quick move buys you a few extra seconds, helps you organize your thoughts, and shows that you're actively listening. Then comes the real power move, the C hypothesis-driven response. When you don't know the answer, don't just say, I'm not sure. Instead, show how you'd find the answer. For example, instead of saying, I don't know our customer lifetime value, try, I think to calculate it, we'd need two key numbers, how long customers stay and how much they spend on average. I'd check with the product team for one and sales for the other. See the difference? You're not dodging, you're leading. You're showing that you think in systems, that you're logical, and that you take initiative. This is called assertive problem solving, and it signals three things. You think critically, you act with intention, and you move things forward, even with incomplete information. That's how confident communicators earn respect, not by knowing everything, but by showing they can figure things out. And if you're in an interview, this same skill can make or break how you're perceived. Let's say someone asks, why do you think sales are declining? You could freeze, or you could respond with structure. I'd look at two areas, price and quantity. Maybe prices have dropped, or competition's increased, or maybe demand has shifted. I'd start by comparing our pricing trends with competitors, then check sales volume over time. You've just turned a vague question into a thoughtful analysis. You're still adding value, even when you don't have the facts. That's the difference between being problem-oriented and solution-oriented. And people remember the latter, because everyone can point out a problem, but very few can guide a way forward. You don't need to have every answer. You just need to show you can think your way to one. That's how you turn uncertainty into authority,